Yes, and for those of you who are not on isiswisdom.com, please become a member of my website. The vibes over there is really dope. You're going to feel the energy as soon as you enter onto the website. I am building this thing out to be a one-stop shop for all your quantum healing needs. So please make sure that you stop through there. And also for all you potheads, just so you know, I now have my own online dispensary. Want to let you guys know about that too. Um, and my online dispensary is called the Cosmic Gas. So that's also going to be posted on isiswisdom.com, where you can actually just scan the QR code. It's going to take you right into the shop. And it kind of looks like the Amazon of potheads, for those who like to smoke. So I got all the pens and all the different types of weed and all kinds of stuff going on over there. So I'm definitely going to post that. I'll post my QR code here too, so you guys can come and support me. But it's called the Cosmic Gas. Y'all should have already known it was coming. You should have already known. But yeah, I have some cool things that are going on with me right now. And I did a soft launch for isiswisdom.com. It's a soft launch. It's not the big launch. The big launch isn't going to take place until March, April, which is going to be a lot more promoted, more heavier. So I want you guys to get in position before a lot of people start entering into this site, But please check out isiswisdom.com. If you are not a member, please go and sign up on the website. You can get services, quantum healing services. You can get spiritual consultations, the whole nine. Okay. I can't find the thing I was going to put on my head so I can give you guys a visual, but that's okay. My voice is good enough. All right, guys. So I've been getting download after download after download. And I want to say to you that I have been expanding in consciousness in a major way. And some things I wish I could just tell you guys about, but I can't. I just can't do it. But some things I can share with you, and I will share with you what I'm able and allowed to share with you. But I am going through my own transformation and metamorphosis. And I know that some of you guys are also going through the same thing. If you find yourself sleeping a lot, it's because you are going through special types of upgrades to be able to hold the new energies that are coming into this planet. Every day, this planet is becoming more plasma-like. What does that mean for you? It means that your body has to be able to adjust to those frequencies, right? So you're going to have to go through these upgrades. So if you guys find yourself sleeping a lot more, that's what that is. That's where that's coming from. Not having enough rest, or it feels like you don't have enough rest. Some of you guys may feel like you just have to take the nap, and there's no denying it. Like you must go and lay down and take that nap. I know for me, it's crazy because I will get the urge to go lay down and I'm knocked out for like 3 hours. And I'm not a napper. So this whole napping thing is new to me. It's kind of funny, but it's new to me. So, but I do take the naps. And sometimes the naps will last longer than that. Sometimes a nap for me will be like 6 hours. And I'm like, wait a minute, where did the time just go? So it's really that serious. And I'm not up very long either, and I go right back to sleep. So there has been a lot of sleeping that I've been going through right now. I feel like I'm in some type of cocoon or something is what it feels like. But I wanted to share some things with you as to the reason why I asked the question on the Discord that I asked. And that question is, do you guys feel like you're energetically here but not here? Do you feel like you're energetically leaving from this place? Yes. A lot of you said yes. That's because you are. You are getting ready to transition completely out. You are going through the first phase of the ascension process, which is going to allow you to transition out into the other realm. That is what's happening. Right now, there are very thick energetic windows that are being placed all over this planet For those of you who are constantly operating on a higher conscious level and you are constantly expanding, you'll begin to notice how you just aren't being seen by people anymore. There are people that cannot get anywhere near you. You're probably not even getting phone calls from the people that you used to get phone calls from anymore. You're probably noticing that you're completely out of the loop as to what is going on with even worldly affairs. Because you're so far removed from it and so out of the loop from it that you really just don't know what's going on. It's not even coming up in your streams. It's not even coming up in conversation. It's not coming up anywhere. It's just you focusing on you and your world and what you got going on in your world. And that's it. So I can tell you for me, I am definitely transitioning out. And I've had this conversation with you guys a while back. That soon is going to come a point in time where I'm transitioning out of here. I'm definitely transitioning out of here. I have put in a lot of work in terms of my healing. And I'm still putting in a lot of work because I made a conscious decision to do so. I made a commitment to myself that this is what I was going to do. All these experiences that I've been going through have transformed me on such deeper soul levels that I'm definitely, it's like, do you guys feel like you can't go back, even if you wanted to? How many of you guys feel that way? Even if you wanted to go back to how things used to be, you know you cannot. The change feels permanent within you because it is. It's permanent within you. You're not going back. For the last 3 years, I now understand what my purpose is in such a different way than I did before. Such a different way. And what has come to me is that those on the Telegram that were open enough to listen, those of you who are on the Discord, who were open enough to listen, those who are on Instagram, those who are on YouTube, who were open enough to actually listen and get the message, for those who heeded the call, who heard my voice, that said something seems familiar about this person. I don't know what it is, but I want to continue to keep listening to what this person has to say because I'm meeting you where you are. But what I'm realizing is that I was preparing you for this. I was preparing you for this moment of now. So there's 2 spaces that you need to be in right now. That space is remaining present and then going with the flow. Those two spaces right there is all you need to be in order for you to flow right in. You don't need to worry about your past because there's nothing that you can do to change it. You can heal from it. And so you want to continue to keep healing so you can become lighter and lighter and lighter. So your flow is very fluent like the water. So you want to continue your healing journey. And don't be in denial about some of the things that you need to look at about yourself. We all have that stuff within us. We all have shadows. And we all need to reconcile with our shadows. Source revealed something to me last night that blew my wig back. You know what Source said? Source said the true judgment is people judging themselves. I'm going to repeat that again. The true judgment is the people judging themselves. It has nothing to do with anything outside of you or external of you. It's actually you judging you. This is why I said the healing is so important. Because if you are judging yourself and telling yourself that I'm not worthy, that I don't deserve this, that, and the third, I don't believe that I can actually excel and get to this place in my life. I don't think that I'm anybody special, or I'm just a peon in this game, or I'm less than, or whatever you tell yourself to put yourself down because you're casting spells upon yourself using using the English words. Whatever you tell yourself about yourself, then that is where you're going to remain locked in at. This is where we are. You're locked in, and you not being where you need to be at is strictly coming from your own judgment of self. A lot of you're so empathic and so sensitive that you have allowed other people's thoughts that have nothing to do with you affect you in such a way that you took these things on, you internalized them, then you co-created with source, and you start having these negative experiences of yourself. When in fact, you actually had a choice first to be present with your own energy and recognize your own energy. That's number one, because most people do not know their own energy. In other words, being able to recognize when thoughts come to you and say to yourself, wait a minute, these are not my thoughts. Whose thoughts are these? This is not the way that I feel. This is not the way that I think. Why am I even entertaining this? These aren't mine. So you have to be self-aware of your own energy to be able to recognize what belongs to you and what doesn't. So a lot of you have internalized outside opinions, their thoughts, and instead of you cleaning yourself off and gathering those thoughts and giving them back to source, saying, I don't feel this way, this don't belong to me, could you please take this away from me because I know this ain't me. That's all you have to do, is really just that simple. A lot of you have forgotten that you have choices. You taking your own choice away and didn't even realize that's what you did. No one took your choices away. You took your choice away because you were looking for external validation. And anybody that looks for external validation will be subject to that which is external of them. And this is how anybody outside of you is able to control you. And you make it very easy for them to be able to do so. Whether that be the government, whether that be the powers that be, whatever that is. See, the moment that you realize that there's nothing outside of you that can affect you or control you or do anything to you, now you've taken the power away from the so-called powers that be, and now you become the power. And once you become the power and you take your power back, you start to realize that the powers that being aren't really ain't so much the boogeyman that you thought that they were. You see, people's perceptions of this is what creates the reality of such. And anybody who continues to participate in that matrix and continues to look for things outside of themselves and continues to look for validation outside of themselves, those people will be easily controlled. And they will experience the reality that they are choosing, which is to be controlled. The key thing here is for you to make sure that you are not getting caught up in somebody else's reality. That's the secret. Making sure that you don't get caught up in somebody else's reality. Because if you're in your own reality and you know what's going on with you, and your reality actually seems to be pretty peaceful, and all of a sudden somebody comes out the blue and hits you with something crazy. Okay, now if you understand how to detach, you could observe something and not get caught up in it and say, wow, that's crazy. But that's not in my reality. But clearly that's in somebody else's reality, but it ain't mine. I know that. I know where I'm sitting at right here, right now. I'm not experiencing any of the stuff these people are experiencing right now. So that's not a part of my reality. If you're able to detach and see things from an objective perspective, there's no reason for you to get caught up in any of that. That includes the wars that you know is going on that's taking place. That includes anything that you see going on around you. As long as you know not to get caught up in it and not to subscribe to that energy, you are automatically protected. I think I saw a young lady post in the chat how she said she sees a lot of stuff going on around her, but it's not directly affecting her. That is correct. You're going to see a lot of things going on around you, but it will not directly affect you because you're looking at it from an objective point of view. You're not even taking sides for that matter. You're just seeing it. You're seeing what somebody else is, you're seeing or viewing somebody else's experience and their reality in their world. But if you pay attention, it's not affecting you at all because you're not having any of those experiences at all. That's just not the way it's going down in your world. So they're energetic. I call them energetic force fields, but they're really like energetic walls that are being placed all over the planet right now, even as we speak. And they're thick energetic walls that are being placed around the planet, even as we speak. And depending on where your conscious levels are, that's where you're going to be. Okay? Picture what you think an energetic box would look like. And think about your consciousness levels and where you are right now, and be honest with where you are. That space is created specifically for you. That reality will be the reality that you will be experiencing. You will be creating simulations and co-creating source in that particular simulation, in that particular space. You will be having that experience. Just keep in mind. So you can choose to experience the best and greatest version of yourself that this timeline has to offer, or you can choose the doom and gloom. It's totally 100% up to you because you do have the choice of free will. And Source has already explained that it's not vested in either or. As I told you guys once before, it's about the experiences for Source. It learns regardless of what direction you choose to go. The experience is the experience. So Source always remains in a neutral point. But you have the choice about what you want to experience. So for those of you that are having these experiences, I have been preparing you to get here so you can transcend out. And it looks to me like quite a few you are transcending out. Congratulations. Pat yourself on the back that you're even able to even have these experiences to be able to recognize this is what's happening with you. Pat yourself on the back for the work that you've been putting in. Congratulate yourself. Celebrate yourself. And for those of you that are still on the journey and searching, that's okay too. Continue. Continue. But I know I am having major revelations that are coming to me right now. Things that I'm seeing so crystal clear. Seeing cycles that have been going on within my own life for a certain period of time, and then seeing the cycle very crystal clear, and then catching that cycle and breaking it. Making a conscious decision to break it. And when I say crystal clear, I mean crystal clear, especially as pertains to family. What I'm realizing is that these family curses and things of that nature that's been passed down from generation to generation to generation keeps the offspring in certain time loops. Well, I'm here to deliver a message to you. Time has collapsed. So time as you know it no longer exists. It's gone. We have transitioned out of that space of time and linear thinking. So I really want to stress this to you as it was stressed to me from source. The angels has also broken that down to me recently about time collapsing. We are headed in a space where there is no more time. So you're going to have to get adjusted to this way of thinking. It's going to take a little bit of time, but if you continue to trust and operate in the flow state and simply be present, that is your secret and that is your key to getting the understanding that you need. Allow Source to guide you according to the choices that you're making for yourself. If you say to Source that these are the experiences that I wish to have, then that's the experiences you're going to have. And Source will actually make that happen for you. Whatever you're telling Source you want to experience, that's exactly what you're going to experience. That's exactly what's going to happen. The only way you're not able to sustain or a container of bliss and peace is if you are not in a healed state or you're not actively healing. It's going to be impossible for you to hold the container of those types of energies if you're still carrying around dense energies of hurt and pain. The two energies don't match. One's going to cancel the other one out. So for those of you that are currently hearing this message, I asked you to sit back and ask yourself on a very honest level if this is what you're choosing to do. Where exactly am I on my healing journey? Could I have gone deeper? Could I have dug deeper? Do I really want to actively heal? And if I choose not to heal, what does that mean for me? It just simply means that you're going to be placed in what you have agreed to. You see, there are contracts for people. People have contracts. Now, can they change those contracts? Yes, they can. They can change the contract if they begin to start actively healing. Yes, they can change their contract. But if not, then you will honor and adhere to the contract that you've agreed to operating in the unhealed state. That means that you are going to continue to having the experiences that you've been having until you decide that you want to change it. And here's the deal, y'all. This is very real what I'm about to say. More often than not, people choose not to heal because what happens is that they're forced to have to look at themselves in a way they've never seen themselves before. And when they're forced to look at themselves in a way that they've never seen themselves before, it's painful. So they'd rather not. The issue with that is, though, is that when you're on that healing journey and you put in that work, you begin to start realizing that you're not on the same timeline as your family. You're not operating on the same timeline. And so some of you are going through this right now. You're going through this right now where you can clearly see with your loved ones, your blood, that you guys are operating on two total different timelines. Now, you can make a conscious decision to say, I'm going to meet them where they are and I'm going to navigate through this with them. Or you can make a conscious decision to make peace with where they are and make peace with where you are, and you continue to proceed forward. Either choice is okay. So if you feel the need to make the decision to make peace and say deuces, that's okay. You don't feel bad because of that. You're making the best decision for where you're headed and where you're going. But do not feel bad and do not beat yourself up for choosing you. We are not here on this planet to be beholden unto anyone. And that includes our family. And that includes our parents. Our parents lease us to a certain period of time to guide us, instill the morals and whatever else that they need to instill within us. And then when we turn 18 years old, we're out here and we're out here in the wind, trying to figure it out. We are not here to live out the dreams of our parents, of our grandparents, of our family members. We are here as divine beings to get on our personal mission, whatever that may be. We are here to have our fullest to express our fullest expression as also being a part of source. We have the free will to be able to do that. The key thing here is, how do you see yourself? That's the most important thing. Outside of anything outside of you, how do you see yourself? Because that's the judgment time that we're in right now. And you cannot escape yourself. It's easier to point the finger and say the devil made me do it, or point the finger at somebody else about this, and it's easy to project on to everybody else because of things that you're choosing not to deal with. But I'm here to tell you, your judgment comes from you. Now, aren't we in a tizzy now? When Source told me that, I said, Source, that just hit different. Something about this just hits totally different. Because now you're realizing that you are the sole creator and progenitor of your world. Nobody else but you. Let that sink in. Yeah, it hits deep, doesn't it, Tyler Magruder? It hits deep as hell. Because now you start to realize that you can't blame anybody else outside of you. You can only blame yourself. So either you're going to get yourself together for yourself, or you're not. The choice is totally up to you. And I do mean totally up to you. Do not claim yourselves out here to be a god or a goddess, and then you're still looking for somebody outside of you to tell you what to do. That's not a god or a goddess. That's not the way they operate. A god or a goddess understands what I'm explaining to you, and that is, you are the author of your world, your canvas. You create your own story, and you've been creating your own story the entire time. See, what happened was you allowed outside programming to come in and tell you something different. You allowed books to tell you not to lean on thy understanding, but only follow his rule, only follow his guidance. Remember that? We were all taught this in religion. So that's where the sterilization of power came from. When you're sitting there and you're begging on your knees and you're asking for help, and you're up here looking for something outside of you to save you, when you look at the reality that you've been living in this entire time and you actually study history, there wasn't nothing really coming in to save you but self. Now, yes, you have ancestors, you have spirit guides that will come in and assist you while you're on your journey. Because somewhere in there, somewhere on a subconscious level, you are trying to search what it is that you're here for. So Source is going to grant you the grace that's needed, or extend the grace to you that's needed for you to figure these things out. Yes. When you're operating within the divine, you are divinely guided. Therefore, if you're in alignment, you're going to be divinely protected. Naturally. Because you're in alignment. Your actual, what you perceive to be as time, is nothing more than alignment. That is the real time. It is alignment. I had a conversation with someone yesterday. Her name is Yasmin West. And me and her were having a conversation about this. And she informed me of something that she discovered in terms of time. So I learned that from her. Then I went to source to confirm it because it made so much sense. Shout out to Yasmin. All of you guys are authors of your own story. So, what story is it that you wish to create for yourself? Put some thought into it. Get a piece of paper, get a pad, write this down. What story is it that I want to create for myself? Since I now know that I am the author of my own book, what is the story that I want people to know, or that I want to know, that I'm telling myself? What is your story? Because as soon as you make up your mind about what that story is going to be and you tell Source this is what it is, you say, Source, this is what I want to co-create with you about right here, that's when you're going to start to see the magic step in. You're going to get all the support in the world from Source. Whatever it is that you choose that you want to do. Either way you look at it, you are an expression of Source. Good, bad, ugly. Now, depending on the frequency that you're choosing to operate on, determines whether or not you transition over to 5D. Some of y'all ain't going to transition over to 5D because you chose not to heal. You'll remain here because this is what you chose. This is what you wanted. Those who chose, they will transition out. They're already transitioning out. There is a lot of beings leaving off this planet, even as we speak. Whether or not you guys know this or not, there are lots of people being evacuated off this planet, even as we speak, whether you guys are aware of this or not. You got to be careful what you pay attention to. You have to be super careful about what you're paying attention to. You got to be careful about what you're putting your time into. You need to be mindful and extremely self-aware when it comes to these types of things, especially right now, because the time is so crucial in this pivotal moment that we're in right now. Let me just say this. Things that you are currently experiencing right now have already happened. Your body and your mind is just catching up to what the hell done happened. It's already happened. See, your higher self, understand, your higher self is your future self. So when you're talking to your higher self, you're talking to your future self. Don't believe me? For those of you that have the ability to communicate with your higher self, start talking to them and see what they tell you. There are some of us on the journey to actually having union with our higher selves. I'm on that journey right now to have union with my higher self. That's why you guys have been seeing the dramatic changes. You guys are witnessing dramatic changes going on with me right now. You can hear it in my tone of voice and my delivery and how I'm even relaying the messages out here to you all. And you also can pay attention to my energy. What does my energy say to you? Let's see how skilled your actual discernment is. I was told if I wanted to see how far I've come, go back and listen to my old lives up to now. Or for those of you that's been rocking with me from day one, you guys already know what time it is. My day ones actually stuck with me throughout these years and saw me go through this healing process. But I'm at a stage in my life now where I'm truly just getting into a creative space of creating now and creating what I want to happen, what I want to see happen. And I'm focused in that space very heavily at this time. And there is a level of peace that I have been exposed to that I'm choosing not to come out of. And I don't want anyone, no one. It's so deep that if you're not even vibrating on the same frequency, or if your energy isn't lined up, it just you're not going to be able to get anywhere near it. It just won't happen in that way. People can say what they want to say outside. It doesn't matter. It has a zero effect on me. It's not stopping me from excelling. It's not stopping me from continuing to progress. It's not stopping me from receiving the blessings I'm supposed to receive. It's not stopping me from continuing to be in the creative state that I'm in. There's nothing that anybody outside of me that stopped me from doing anything. Only I can do that to myself. Give yourself the power to know exactly what I just said for you. There is nobody outside of you, external of you, that can do anything to you unless you believe that they can. That's the difference. And if you believe that they can, it's because you forgot that you had choices. And some of you guys may have dug yourself too deep into some things, right? I've seen that too. I know people for a fact that got themselves so deep and too deep into some things, and they don't think they have a choice, but they actually do. All you gotta do is tell Source, I need a way out, but I'm making a choice to go in a different direction. But I need your assistance to get the hell on out of Dodge. I need a way out of this, and the support's gonna come to you that you need to help you make a different choice. Your belief system is either going to free you or enslave you. Your belief system is either going to free you or enslave you. Tyler Magruder, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I am expanding. I'm definitely expanding. You see, the true conscious state of the Godhead is understanding that you are not subject to the rules of this planet. See, people put themselves in these boxes based upon societal norms, based upon how they grew up, their upbringing, based upon their environments, based upon what they're watching on TV, based upon what we're hearing from them. All of this stuff is external forces, by the way. Let me just say that it's all external. So what happens is you create these boxes for yourself. These imaginary boxes, I might add. No one said that you had to abide by any of these rules but yourself. It's funny to me how the people who wrote the good books of the religion do not go by any of the rules that they've written. Let that sink in. See, these books were written for humanity to keep humanity in check so they can continue to rule over you and make you think you have no power, make you feel powerless. And you're all the while looking for something external. Those of you that are waiting for Jesus to come back and save you, the only Christ that's coming to save you is Christ consciousness. The Christ consciousness is now pouring down upon the planet. That, ladies and gentlemen, is if you're able to tap into that, that's going to give you the ability to save yourself. Other than that, fam, if you sitting up here waiting for some man to show up on a ship to beam you up into a ship, talking about beam me up, Scotty, because you know he riding around the ship, right? Come on now. That's what we doing. Y'all looking for aliens and stuff. Y'all looking for extraterrestrials. That's what y'all looking for. Y'all not looking for the God within. You guys are looking for to be saved by damn ET. And they don't want to be bothered with you either. Unless you're considered to be go ahead and ask them Alpha Draconians. Tell them Alpha Draconians come and save me so they can get snatch it behind up and make you a food source. They'll take you. You know what's interesting about all of these books, from the Quran, from the Torah to the Bible to all these other books, is the one thing that they're missing in the component of their storytelling is that they never speak about the creator of the universe. They were never talking about the creator of the universe. Did y'all realize that? Not one time did they ever mention the creator of the universe. Not one time. And we do know there is a creator of the universe. We know this for a fact. But in none of them books do they talk to you about a creator of the universe. You know, they say Jesus, King of Kings, Lords of Lords, the Lord. Everything is a Lord, Lord, Lord. Have you guys looked up the definition of what the word Lord means? You're praying to a man disguised as the divine, when the divine has always been within you. And ain't nothing been external of you. Not a single person in the world that exists is not without the divine. They all have the divine within them. Why? Because you're source. You are source. So the divine was already built and installed within you upon your first creation. Humanity stopped evolving when they started believing in everything outside of themselves. And that's what keeps you going around in these circles and going around in these loops. Did you guys see the post I put up on Instagram? I put a post up on Instagram that said everything that we were ever taught, everything that we learned about the world came from liars. Let that sink in. This is why it's so crucial for you to go inward to get your answers. And for those of you who are saying, I don't know what that means when you say go inward. Can you please explain to me what you mean when you say go inward? Go into meditation. Go into meditation. Don't go in with any expectations. Just simply go into meditation until you're able to reach the theta state. That is a state where you're about to go to sleep, but you're not fully asleep though, but you're almost there. That is called the theta state. And once you're able to reach the theta state, that's when all the magic happens. You see, everything about you is stored in your body. So they got you looking from the inside out, from the outside in. You don't look outside first, you look inward first. All the information that you ever want to know about you, your positioning in respect to where you are right now, how you got here, how many times you've been here, how many times have you been to other places, where have you been? You go inside to get that information. They don't want you tapping into these parts of yourself. But the stage that we're in right now, since we entered into Aquarius, we're in the stage now where there's no more secrets. So now everything is being revealed in such a in-your-face way. And I'm telling y'all right now, if any of you guys still have the mentality of holding on to secrets, your day is coming. I'm telling you right now, you better get to clearing up some stuff. If you haven't taken upon yourself to get yourself right, I suggest you better get to clearing some stuff up, because I have literally seen over the past several weeks, I've literally watched people, their stuff just get blown out the water. Left and right, whether it was coming from other family members, whether they slipped out their mouth and said it, ridiculous. But when we say, see, people didn't understand what it was meant when we said that the veil was lifting. You didn't really think that it only pertained to the powers that be, did you? Did you actually think that you was exempt from that? I just gotta ask. Because if any of you guys actually sat up here and thought that for just a slight inkling of a second, where you actually thought that this only pertained to those who have been hiding things and keeping secrets, like the powers of being, things like that, let me go ahead and just give you the message. No, it applies to everybody on the entire planet. That includes you. You're not exempt. So whatever secrets that you have that you're hiding inside your skeleton, those skeletons you got in your closet, I suggest you get to clean out them cobwebs and carefully dealing with those skeletons and putting them away in the proper places. Lest you find out that someone's going to open up that door and see all them skeletons falling out, and you're going to have some explaining to do. Because in this era, since the collective consciousness has decided to heal, can't be no secrets. Because see, when there's secrets, you can't heal from them. But when there's no secrets, you can begin to start healing, because now everything has been laid out on the table. So I will say to you, I suggest that whatever you got in your closet, you start coming to terms with it. Because the veil has lifted and will continue to keep lifting. And either you're going to trust the process and ride with the wave, or you can fight against it. Just remember, I done told y'all. Someone's got a picture of here that was just hilarious. Nonika. Are you serious, Nonika? This picture is hilarious. Someone said, "It's all good. I still have my job." Okay. Aquemini 1111 says, "My family is going through it, y'all. Ooh wee. Yes, everybody's getting exposed. No one is exempt from this. Nobody's exempt from this. I give gratitude for everybody that's on this call with me today. I really do greatly appreciate you for coming on board to listen. And I appreciate you all for taking the time out to stick with me as I go through my transformational process. And I don't know how long this is going to take because we're not operating on regular time anymore. But I am definitely going through my process. And I'm also working on my physical body too. So that's going to take time as well. But I'm going through my process as each and every one of you guys are going through your process. As each and every one of you guys that are going through your journey. Soon you will be signed to different space, different parts or different stations of this new earth that you're going to be going to. Those of you that are going to be ascending, you will be sent to different parts and different areas. Some of you guys may have already gotten your orders. Some of you guys may have already been debriefed. You've already gotten your communication. Yes, this is very real. For some of you, it may seem like X-Men shit because there are some of you that are actually on mission. Some of you are waking up to a new reality, asking yourself, what the heck is going on? Is this real? I am here to tell you, yes, it is. It's very real. Realer than you can imagine. And for those of you who are choosing to continue to vibrate high, I'm just letting you know in advance, yes, you will continue to have these experiences where you're going to feel like, is this real or is this not real? It's very real. You're going to continue to feel like you're in two different places at once. You're going to continue to feel like you're here, but you're not here. That's because you're leaving. The first thing that has to go is your consciousness has to be in those realms. Then your energy begins to start leaving, and the physical body goes with it, so to speak. Have any of you guys been having any experiences of people disappearing out of your life completely? Or how about experiences where people are coming up and saying something to you and you have absolutely no recollection or memory of who these people are? You really don't remember any of these people. Have any of you guys been having any experiences like this? A lot of you are saying yes. Someone said it's like the layers of reality are being pulled back and I'm seeing more and more. Kojo says yes, both experiences. No, this is interesting. Anabalaki says we will be split into provinces and remaking and mapping the land again. Interesting. Yeah, people leaving from my life. I've been seeing a lot of people that I feel like I know, but I've never met. Now, one of the things also I want to share with you guys as well is that um, as you continue to vibrate on the higher frequencies, you will begin to start attracting people on your level. There is going to be new sets of people that are going to be coming in that you're going to be attracting that are operating on the same frequency as you. You're still a magnetic being no matter what dimension or what timeline you're operating on. So I wanted to make you guys aware of this. Good. It's good that you don't feel any way about it. Things are moving extremely fast. I do want to share this with you. Things are moving extremely fast. They're moving so fast that at 1 minute, and then some of you guys may have even noticed this too. Things are moving so fast that Once you think you got a hold of something, then something else comes in immediately. It's like one thing after the other, after the other, after the other. Have any of you guys been having these experiences? This is one of the main reasons why I cannot plan anything too far out because it doesn't work for me. It does feel like it's not real. I understand, beloved. It's going to feel that way for a while. Grand Rising, Ivy. No, Nika, you're killing me with these memes. Someone said, I feel like it was December last week. Avery says, oftentimes I have no idea what to expect or where to look. Look, fam, just go with the flow, fam. Just trust. Listen, I'm telling y'all the secret to this, okay? Someone says it's 4 hours and 44 p.m. here in Africa, 444 in the building. But listen. Someone said, right, hey, isn't this crazy? Like, we're almost in February, guys. We're almost in February. Yeah, it's going to be one of those years. It's going to be one of those years. It'll be like, tomorrow it's summertime. I'm already in the summer already. You're like, what the hell happened? I did. Listen, some of you guys may even going through, gotta laugh about this because I know this is happening to people right now, but I gotta say it. Has it been feeling like you've been teleporting? Like you're traveling to get somewhere and all of a sudden you're there and you're like, wait, how'd that happen? I can't begin to tell you how many times this has happened to me where I'm traveling and I don't even know how I got there as fast as I got there. Or like I'm traveling to get to a location and it took me a minute to get there, but when I'm on my way back, it was like, bam, I'm right there. And I'm like, okay, wait a minute. How did that happen? Because I could have swore when I was driving, it took me a good 40 minutes to get there, but how do I get back in 10 minutes? Like what's happening right now? Like when I tell you that time is jumping for me, fam, time is jumping for me like crazy. Pay attention to your phones and the timing on your phones. Pay attention to that because you're going to notice that you're even leaping in time via your cell phone time. You're going to see your clock changing. It's scratching your head like, wait a minute. How did I get from here to, or what? How is it 3 o'clock already? It was just 9 a.m. How did we get to 3 o'clock? And you don't know where the time went? You didn't even get a chance to even see where the time went because it's moving so fast? Someone said, oh my God, yes. Someone said, I drove 182 miles and it felt like an hour. Divine Scientist said, it is. I forgot today was my solar return. My mom was asking me what my plans were, and I was like, for what? Forgot it was his own damn birthday. And Balaki says, word, I'm 125 years ahead of at least what they told me. De Lachey says, hey, mama, I don't know what time to go to bed now. First Lady said, shit was going so fast, I forgot my own damn anniversary. Hey, look, y'all know it's bad when you don't remember your own solar return. Kitty said, I remember my solar return. She said, it's tomorrow. Nah, you guys think the phones are glitching. It's not the phones glitching. You're glitching. It's you. We're literally going through pockets of time, guys. We're going through portals. I'm letting y'all know right now. We're going through portals. Things are moving fast and things are going to move even faster. Okay? You think it's something now. You wait till March hits. You guys are really going to be tripping. You're going to be really tripping. Okay, I'm just telling you this right now. I'm trying to prepare you for what's coming. It's going to be moving even it's going to be there is no time. What's happening is, guys, we're in this phase where there's just no time. There's just no time. You're just going to forget about all that after a while. It's not going to make it's none of that's even going to matter anymore. It's going to it's going to come off and seem like it's moving so fast that you can't keep up. It's too much for you to even attempt to even keep up with it. So it's going to be like, well, damn time. It's going to get like that. Like, forget damn time. Forget time. But it's literally a very hard thing for me to plan things out far out because literally stuff shifts around in my life so much. I can feel the shifting going on above me and around me. I can feel it. And I'll be like, yep, I just went through another shift. Yep. I just went through a whole nother shift. Some things have changed. Things aren't the same. The plans I had 2 weeks from now, that didn't change. And sure enough, it changed. March 20th is the day of the spring equinox. That's the actual date of the actual original new year. Okay, VS The World said, it's like every electronic I use starts spazzing out. If I'm talking on the game OTP, people say all they can hear is static or I'm breaking up. Lady Snowblood said, should I wear a cape? Because I love the speed. Change is the only constant. And on that note, I appreciate every single last one of you guys for taking the time out to hear what I have to say. I love you all. For those of you who are currently listening to this live on YouTube, log on to isiswisdom.com to get all your quantum healing needs done. If you need spiritual consultations, if you need spiritual work done, whatever it is that you need, come see me. I got programs now that I'm launching. I got quantum programs that you can get into where you're healing. Okay? I got a quantum shadow work course I'm going to be launching soon. And I got a book that I'm currently writing. All right, babies. I appreciate you guys. Love you. And I will speak to you soon. Peace.